think it's something that's running rampant, especially with, I know everyone's going to say this, with um, how kind of the surgery thing, everyone wants to look a certain way. Um, that's becoming something that's perpetuated a lot on television and music videos, movies you watch. So I feel like it is affecting and trickling down to our youth, as young as high school, and as well as college campuses. Everyone wants to look a specific way, and if they don't, they either feel insecure about it or they're made to feel insecure about it. One, it begins with you and me. So whoever I'm around, my environment, the people who I directly relate to or converse with, family members, just letting them know that you're an individual and you do not have to look a certain way, and that your value is not determined by your physical appearance. It's not something that's going to be easy, because teenagers, on the whole, they already have their kind of natural outlook on the world and what they deem important, and it's very hard as an adult, because you've had a little bit more experience, to try to have them understand that's not something that's important in the long run. But it's kind of on the individual level, making sure that you let people that you are around know their individual importance, and that it's nothing to be insecure about to be an individual. On a societal level, we have to stop perpetuating those images and putting those people on a pedestal that look a certain way, because that mentally affects our youth. I mean, for me, in high school, it wasn't necessarily a thing. Really, body shaming was more of being a tomboy versus being a girly girl. So boys and girls kind of looked at you a certain way if you didn't fit into a mold or stereotype. So if you were a girl, you didn't like pink, or you didn't like doing certain things that the girls like doing, then you were put into that box of being a tomboy or being undesirable because you fit in with the guys. Not so much body image. I think when I was younger, having more fuller body features was looked down upon versus it being the thing to have as it is right now, because girls would more kind of try to downplay those things because they didn't want to really stand out. So for me, that wasn't really a thing. I grew up with all brothers, so it didn't bother me. I didn't feel like I needed to adhere to certain stereotypes, but you saw it here and there in high school, with girls being picked on if they didn't look or dress a certain way. I think for more now than ever, it's perpetuated a lot more, especially with social media. It's terrible to say, but with social media, everything is out there, and that's what they're paying attention to. And so because those people are being, whether it's making them rich or whether it's giving them more fame, or whether they just know more people, have no more notoriety, that's what young people nowadays are paying attention to. And not even just young people, because there's older people too who are kind of feeding into the same thing and helping to perpetuate that stigma of body shaming. I think definitely, in my opinion, women do it more to women. As much as we should understand what we each individually go through, and there's always going to be something I don't like about my body that somebody else might like, and I don't see it, and vice versa. So I think we definitely do it more to each other. I don't know why, because we should understand more, so definitely it shouldn't be a thing. But I think we do it more to each other. We're a lot more harsh on ourselves and each other, and it stems from those insecurities. Kind of like a hurt people. So if you're going through something, sometimes the response is not to uplift someone, it's to just bring them down with you. So I think we do it more just because I think we pay more attention to it. I think guys kind of have some more of like a laxed or relaxed way of thinking about things. For guys, though, I do think that it's more of their environment. So I think if it's for men, like if they play sports, or if depends on their group, they're supposed to look a certain way. So I think it depends more for guys, their environment and the people they're around. If like bodybuilding, if you're weightlifting, if you're kind of little and scrawny, someone's shaming you like, oh, you have no muscles or whatever like that. But I think it's definitely more with women. Body shaming. I mean, it makes everything a little bit more superficial, is what I'll say, because body shaming, I think with social media now and just with being online in general, kids are outside less. They interact less with each other person to person. So I think that's already an issue that we're dealing with, is them not knowing how to communicate. and how to have conversations and how to express themselves outside of typing online or being behind a computer. They feel more protected. So I think body shaming has helped to perpetuate that, and put up that wall of lack of communication. Them knowing how to deal with people has become more of a difficult thing. And if you feel like you don't look a certain way, it makes it even harder to put yourselves out there, or to be able to express yourself and be yourself. So that's how I kind of see that.